Hello, Governor. What's going
Hey!
on, guys?
What's going on?
Not much.
That intro song sounds like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that try go in, don't it?
Yeah.
Then it
Yeah,
goes.
almost when you come out, you
Why?
want to tell me why.
Tell them that is human nature.
Not like that, it ain't.
Hey,
Not
you
like
hush,
that.
hush your mouth, boy.
Don't be hating.
Man, it's so good to see y'all.
How y'all guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
All right,
I'm
man.
doing all right. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but what good is that gonna do? So
I think me and Chuck both feel a little guilty because we didn't get a chance to participate last week because we was both.
it's all good, man. Everybody deserves
Well,
spend some
I was
time off on
kidnapped.
vacation, man. Y'all had a great time. Y'all happened to be together in the same city and having a good time. So no, it was all
Shenanigans
good.
unfolded.
Yeah, shenanigans. That's all right, man. I actually, we had a great time last week, talking about the villains in movies and TV and anime and all that. And so Courtney joined me and Randy joined me, and we had a great conversation. So
I didn't meet the show, but who are the top 10 villains?
Man, I don't know, bad guys.
I know Vader was in there.
Many of them, but I just remember
Darth
Vader ended up being number one.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I mean, he's a legendary
on
villain.
the hill by himself, and it just we got into the conversation talking about for us, old heads, OGs, the unks, we're raised on original trilogy, and that shaped who Darth Vader was to me. I said, but if you real talk, if you want to go back, the original trilogy did not show us that he was a badass, that he was like that. They told us, we were told multiple times, often, what he was. But it's if you start watching other Star Wars properties, then you got to see like, oh, that's who they was talking about. Oh, okay. It all tracks now. Hey, well, welcome, Mumblecore. First time alive. Hey,
what's going on with you?
Hey, you caught hey, this is a good one to catch because we getting ready to have some fun. Yeah, Dominica said, Freddy Krueger was in there. Yeah. Freddy Krueger had an effect on me. I didn't sleep for weeks.
Oh, that first Nightmare on Elm Street is so legendary. This still holds up to this day. It is still the best out of the Krueger series. So yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Another one was in there
for a while there.
Voldemort was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may be a kid's series, but I mean, a dude is a serious bad guy. If you're not even allowed to say his name, everybody, they was real timid with his name out in these streets. He who shall not be named, say his name. I said that Voldemort out here walking around with Candyman energy, like he just don't say his name. So, come back, he ain't even got no nose. He's on your ass. So, gentlemen, today I figured off the strength of last week, because that was really a lot of fun, I figured this week we'll get into one of my favorite things ever, and that is comedies. Okay. What are the top 10 comedy movies? I decided to stick to only movies because there's a lot of ways that can go with TV shows and other properties, and not comedic performances. Because I mean, some movies are not necessarily a comedy movie, but some people have had some great comedic performances. So I said, what are the top 10 comedy movies of all time? Now, we did a poll. I put up a poll at the beginning of the week. So people have had all week to vote in a poll. And the funny thing is, I had my little list over here of what were the top 10. It actually was like the top 14 movies, because there were several that tied right there at the end for like 10th place. And somebody voted just a few minutes ago before I shut the poll down, and it changed it. So now we only got 10.
Oh, okay.
It is what it is.
Man, I'm over here looking at some of these. Yeah, there's some hitters in here.
There were, here's the thing. I made the poll. I stopped at 50 movies. I was like, I can go on. I said, but this would be super hard to do, like a AFI or something like that, top 10, top 100 comedy movies of all time or whatever. And I didn't do them in any sort of order. I just, as they came to my head, I was like, oh, yeah, I got to put that one on the list. and I actually forgot some. So I was talking to Chuck earlier today, and there's one I was like, I could have swore it was on the list, and he's like, "Nah, it's not on the list." And I was like, "Damn."
Who?
I'm
Save it for later. Okay.
Say it, Chuck.
Say it right now.
Yeah, go on, say it. Let's go and get into
Harlem Nights.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
This is my second
Harlem Nights
favorite
is not on the list.
comedy movie.
Woo.
And
I think I watched that the Netflix documentary, The Being Eddie. So I was leaning towards a lot of Eddie stuff because there've been a lot of Eddie stuff that's had an impact on me. But at the same point, I was thinking about things that were top 10 funniest comedy movies ever. Like, not because it was important to me, but those ones that made my side hurt that I just couldn't stop laughing. And there's a couple that just by the way people voted that did not make this top 10 list. I was like, how could they not? Because that one hurt my side, but it is what it is.
Hey, man.
I think Trading Places was on there. I could have swore Harlem Nights was on, but it wasn't. I know Life was on the list. Coming to America. I can't remember what other Eddie things were on the list, but I mean, Eddie's got so many bangers though. Like, hell, he locked down half the damn list. A third of the list would have been Eddie by himself.
He locked down the 80s, man. I mean, there was no funnier person in the 80s, man.
That's true.
You know what you got to do to snatch the crown from Richard Pryor? You know how dope you got to be to do that?
And then as homage as tribute, put him in one of your movies.
Yeah.
The only one that he directed.
Just wow.
And just in case y'all didn't know, if you go to Centel's channel, there's a great reaction that we did on Harlem Nights. So you need to go check that out.
I didn't know that existed. I didn't know that existed.
Oh,
yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's one. Listen, that
lineup was crazy.
Arsenio would shoot that little bitty ass good, but little buddy was shooting that gun next to Arsenio. Don't you shoot that no more? Don't you?
Such a great scene.
Just the way he went so over the top of the crying.
You kill my brother quick. I'm gonna kill you. I can't wait. Yo, that damn Arsenio Hall was in rare form.
So good.
So man.
So good.
Hey, I was watching on that Being Eddie thing. He said when they did the scene when Arsenio's character got killed, he said Eddie came and directed him. He said, "Hey," he said, "how about this?" He said, "When you die," he said, "I want you to come back to life for just a second and say something crazy about me and then die again." So remember, like, he had got shot all up. He was laying on the pavement and Quick ran off and he woke up. He's like, "Asshole." And he died again. I was like, that shit was perfect. He said, "Yep." And that he said it was like a joke, but it stayed in the it stayed in the movie. I was like, damn it.
I can see that.
We got somebody with a nomination in here that didn't make the list. I don't think Stir Crazy made the list.
No, and honestly, Stir Crazy,
See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Yeah.
And there was another one that
no, the toy wasn't funny though.
The toy
wasn't even funny. No,
I would have put what was it? Silver Streak.
Silver Streak.
I think Caddyshack is on here.
Caddyshack on here? I can't lie. Caddyshack was funny as hell to me as a little kid.
I think so. But if you look at the way that the voting went, a lot of those older movies
didn't make it.
Didn't hold up. Like Blazing Saddles is on here. And Blazing Saddles is one of the funniest. I mean, today, 50 years later, it is not PC. It does not hold up. Like, some people, they all in they feelings and they probably cringe at that. When we again go to Centel's channel and we all this collective group right here, we did a reaction to it. It's one of the funniest. Damn, it still holds up, still funny as hell. Now I know our editor had a nightmare trying to edit that shit.
I want to wish that one on nobody. That one was tough. But you know what though? I mean, that brings up an interesting conversation too regarding what remains funny over generations. You know, like because like for instance, you brought up Blazing Saddles, right? And if you're asking me like as far as like impact, as far as like comedic impact, you can't mention comedic movies without mentioning Blazing Saddles and its impact and
I
how it
would
kind
think
of
so.
like it kind of like bridged, you know, black humor and white humor in a lot of ways because there's two totally separate ways of how what we found was funny, and Blazing Saddles did a pretty decent job of catering to both sides in a way that had never really been done before. And if you look on the poll, that joint got like what, like a 9% or whatever it is.
Yeah, it barely anybody barely. And
so
the
what's
thing
funny
was,
now is very different from what's funny back then.
well, you know, and the thing about this poll too was it's not like you could just go through the poll and say, I'm going to vote for all the things that I find funny. Because there's some things on this list that you may not find funny. There was some that I put on the list that I put on here because I thought that other people would probably have this on their list. And I did reference a few sources just to make sure I cover my bases. Like I've never seen Monty Python's Holy Grail.
I haven't either.
Like,
I've never
seen it, but a lot of people say that of the
Interesting.
Monty
It's
Python
funny.
movies,
It's the
that is
funniest.
the best. It's the funniest one. I know that one is like the Holy Grail and I think the Life of Brian.
I haven't seen
they're
Life of Brian either.
hilarious. Never seen them.
But you know, it's funny. Like I've seen all the bits, you know, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, I've seen a
like
few
for me,
bits.
I haven't seen Trading Places from front to back, but I've seen all the bits.
Really?
You know,
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I've never seen it from
Trading
front to back.
Places. I find a fantastic, like funny movie. It's fantastic. I mean, was it like 82? I mean, so it's 40 plus years old, but I mean, I find it fantastic. And it's just one of those movies too that because a lot of those movies that Eddie made, there are callbacks in other movies. So you see like the callback in Coming to America with you know stuff from Trading Places. It's like you know, love it.
I was telling Michael Claire what we was doing, and she was like, that's kind of vague. She was like, because there's so many different styles of comedy. You had talked earlier about a subject matter that we may talk about next week. But then there's black comedy, you know, there's stoner comedies, there's dark comedies, you know, so it's a lot of different ways. So I feel like, at least with the poll that you put up, this is more just general old fashioned, just tickle my ribs kind of funny. But you can easily get lost in the weeds with it though.
Well, you know, and the thing is, you're absolutely right. There are different types of comedies. And I was thinking more gut busting. I damn near can't stop laughing. Like, oh, did I go pee on myself? This is funny as hell. Type of comedies. And maybe what is funny to me is not what's funny to other people. So I try to be inclusive in this list, but I also thought about it like, what would a vast majority of people say? Okay, I could find 10 movies in this list that I think that are really, really damn funny. Like I said, I stopped at 50. I could have went on. I could have done a lot, but I stopped. And there are several movies that I really love that are not on here. Like one is basically a stoner comedy, Grandma's Boy, which we did a review. We did a reaction to. I think Grandma's Boy is funny as hell. I don't know how many people seen it. I don't know how many people find it funny, but I didn't include it on this list just because I was like, well, I don't want to include it on this list just to have it on the list, and then it gets like 0 votes. I'm like,
You forgot a movie too that's a stoner film, Cheech and Chong.
Up in
They
Smoke.
had like 12 movies.
And again, the thing about Cheech and Chong is like including some of the a lot of Eddie Murphy's movies or some because they're so much older. I don't know how many people really seen them. I mean, to be honest, I think I've seen 1 or 2 of them. Maybe I don't remember them because it was so long ago. Like, I think I've seen Up in Smoke, but I don't remember it.
So here's something that's interesting where you were talking about, you know, when we're having a conversation regarding what's funny now may not be funny back then and vice versa. So if you go on IMDb's top 10 greatest comedies of all time, guess what number it took before a movie that was past the 1990s was mentioned? I'll save you some guessing. It wasn't until
Is it
number
IMDb did what, top 100?
Yeah, the top 100. And it
around 50
and
or 60.
no,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
gonna
that
say
far
like
down, but
late, like
it's
30s, late 30s.
no, it was actually 14, but I was surprised. I was surprised that it took that long. Everything from below then was earlier than the 1990s. So from an IMDb kind of standpoint, and those are like people that are kind of like cinephiles per se, you know, some of what they consider to be some of the greatest movies were all before the decade of 1990.
Well, but
yet on this list, they're all modern.
Part of that is because if you did a poll now, you have to think about, okay, you've grown, you matured, what you find funny now. Like, you know, you may have been a young person and found all the Jackass movies hilarious.
Yep.
And now you're like, that shit is stupid as hell. Like, you know, so that might not even crack you. Like, well, I like that back then. But now it's, you know, it's not the same. Or they made Jackass 74. You're like, yeah, they should have stopped at like number 2 or 3 or something like that. So, you know, it's kind of like saying, oh, it's Scary Movie, one of the funniest movies you've ever seen. You're like, well, the first one or the second one, but you know, they did 5 of them. 3, 4, and 5, they should have no. You know, so it's different types of movies, you know, that may not hit your sensibilities. The type of comedy they used back then. They said words and did stuff in them things that you like, ooh. You look around, like, am I even supposed to be laughing at this? Is someone going to just jump out the dark and cancel me and take a picture and put it on social media because I was laughing at something that's inappropriate today?
Well, if you look at like some of the ones that are just in the top 10, over half of them would not be able to play today, because you know people are a little more sensitive today regarding what's funny.
And I get it, and that's unfortunate. That's about people. I like what I like, and what I think is funny is what I think is funny. A lot of that shit may be inappropriate, but you know, okay.
We had a moment, right? So Rakai and I, we've been doing a reaction to It's Always Sunny in Philly, right? And me and Rakai have been laughing at everybody's expense for 3 full seasons. You name it, like the handicap, the mentally ill, you know, whatever it is. Me and Rakai,
the uniform.
Me and Rakai have been like gut busting laughter, and then you know it was our turn, and they had an episode where somebody did blackface, and even though there's that voice in the back of your head, it's like you shouldn't be laughing at this. The tee still came out though. The tee still, because it was funny, you know. But I think, you know, we probably come from, you know, a little bit of an older generation where we could, you know, kind of like compartmentalize what's considered maybe, you know, good humor for a good laugh. But you know, I don't know if most people have that. You know, once they get offended, then it's canceled, and you can't ever really go back to it. But that's why it was one of the things I love about South Park, because South Park don't give a damn. They'd be like, this is funny.
Everybody can get it.
Anybody can get it. It doesn't matter.
Like the Game of Thrones of comedy. Everybody can get it.
And they should. They should.
Oh man, somebody brought up Galaxy Quest. Woo.
Yeah,
I just watched
Galaxy Quest. I watched it last night.
Listen, here's the thing. Galaxy Quest is so good. When I watched Galaxy Quest, I was still not a fan of Star Trek. Didn't watch Star Trek. I was like, why is Star Trek like this? Now the newer Star Trek stuff that's out now, and you know, some of the TV shows and stuff, I like those. Strange New Worlds is phenomenal. But Galaxy Quest, I love Galaxy Quest. I thought it was great.
Oh, man. Something about Mary is still hilarious. That's
it. Absolutely is.
It is.
It's a fact.
It is.
And wildly inappropriate.
It was on not that long ago, and I think I caught some of that, and I was like, "Damn, this shit is crazy."
Well, man couldn't get his ears touched. That joint had me dying laughing. Boy, he was chopping people in the throat.
Yeah.
When they called everybody in the bathroom when he had in there his beans and franks trapped in his damn.
How'd you get the franks over the beans? Yo, that
He's
joint's
they
funny
caught her
as
back.
hell.
Come here. You got to see this. You got to yeah.
Oh
Man,
man, yeah, that
you
stuff,
got to move
man.
towns and change your name. Like, you have
Oh
never lived that
man,
down.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right, so let's jump into this list. So we just see kind of what we got, and I'm gonna some of these I'm gonna kind of skip because we're gonna come back and talk about them, and people will be able to figure it out what made the top 10. But we're gonna talk about some of the things that are on the list, and maybe some that didn't make the list. So, so looking at the list, yeah, like How High. Again, I guess a stoner's comedy, and I really didn't think about the different genres of comedy for real when I went into making this list. Besides, like newer comedies, those comedies like from the 90s and early 2000s, and then the older like 80s and 70s type comedies, because Blazing Saddles is different than something that came out in the 90s is different than something that came out a couple years ago. So but I loved How High. It had its moments, and it's definitely stoner comedy, but I love that movie.
Bicycle. That's right. When he got his bicycle ran over and had a parade over it.
And I tell you who I thought was funny as hell, and I was not a fan of his comedy until that's one of the movies where I finally thought he was funny. That damn Mike Epps as Baby Powder the pimp. Oh my God! He just, hold on, give me some of that Baby Powder. He slapped his shit out. No, you an assistant pimp. You say an assistant pimp.
It's still one of the funniest memes in
Baby
Vice Time. Yo, the get 'em scene, man, when they went into class.
I use that little meme all the time. Get 'em. Disco Danny Terrio.
Yo, a red man spun around. Get him. Yo, oh man, yeah.
He said he don't talk much. What's his name? I need money. That's his name.
Let's see. Somebody said agreed. Mike isn't funny. What? Oh, but he played that role. Yeah.
I don't know. Like Mike Epps is worn out. He's gotten better, but yeah, just there's certain things.
I'm not a
fan. It took me a while to find Mike Epps funny.
I'm not a fan.
It's like Mike Epps, I find funny in some of the roles that he plays. Like he's a better comedic actor than a comedian. Like I can't watch.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And Day Day, like I did not find him funny as Day Day. I didn't find him funny until he was in All About the Benjamins, and I was like, okay, now he's funny in that.
I haven't watched it. I've not seen All About the Benjamins because he's in it.
Dang. Okay.
I mean, I don't feel about the same way as Owen Wilson, but it's pretty close.
Owen Wilson is a disgusting waste of carbon. Like, dude, that dude's got paid millions for saying,
That's Intel's homie. That's Intel's homie.
Oh God! And just because he's up, hi son.
Hey,
that's my little man. He's up.
It's the galloping ghost.
Yeah. No, that's my oldest son. He's not watching.
Okay,
The one that said, "Hey, Dad," is my youngest. Which
okay.
He probably should not be watching this at all.
Okay. Let me see. Somebody had an interesting question. Does The Fifth Element count?
That is a good question. I would say no.
And
I mean, Chris Tucker is hilarious in it, though.
Sci-fi comedy, action comedy, or whatever. So I don't know. I love The Fifth Element, and as far as
he's the only thing funny
like
in
a sci-fi comedy, but
It's a
I don't
funny
know.
character that does funny bits, but he's the only thing that's funny in it.
Yeah, because it's not really a comedy movie, but he is hilarious in that movie, though. He's funny.
And he's not even like, he's a supporting actor in that movie, too. It's
I don't
not
know.
like Rush Hour, where he's like one of the main actors.
And are y'all aware that that role was written
would-
for and went to, but then he ultimately turned it down? That role was for Prince. That's why he plays Ruby Rod like that. That role was for Prince.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Yeah, Prince is like, nah. He said, I don't feel like you trying to make fun of me or something. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's why he played Ruby Rod the way he did, because he's
I
like,
think
if
Prince
y'all
would have
offered
killed
it to Prince, then let me give my interpretation of
I
what
think he
Prince
would have
would
killed
be
it. I watched Under the Cherry Moon.
Prince is a lot of things, but a comedian is not one of them.
No, I don't think it'd have been comedic. I think it would have been Prince. And it'd been Prince acting as Prince.
I disagree with the both of y'all. I do think The Fifth Element is a funny movie. You have to keep in mind this is a movie
It's a funny movie.
It was directed by Luc Besson, right? I think it was Luc Besson. Yeah, it's a Frenchman. French comedy is very different.
And he the same dude who did The Professional.
He did The Professional. He did.
Yeah. I think he's had that.
I think it's Luc Besson. Y'all can correct me in the chat.
I just think Chris.
But I know it's a foreign. I know it's done by a foreign director.
I think Chris Tucker took it and ran with it and made it funny. But the movie itself, the premise and the setup of the movie is not funny.
Yeah, I think they did give
it is Luc
where there
Besson,
are some comedic moments given to the other characters. When Bruce Willis took the gun from little dude, and the little dude did the little dance and stuff, so he didn't shoot him outside of his apartment, and multi-pass. There's little shit in there.
It's French humor, man. Like the guy, I mean, you got the big weird monster looking stormtrooper dudes with the absolutely ridiculous gun. So I mean,
what movie was not on the list? I was hoping to be on the list.
What
is that?
Spaceballs.
Ooh, that's a big miss.
Yeah. See, you didn't even put it on the main list.
You know what? You're right. That right there, that is grade A slipping. That is grade A slipping, because it should have been. And maybe that's something that we'll visit. We'll come back to, when we talk about some sci-fi stuff in the coming weeks, because Spaceballs.
Yeah, I will be excited about seeing like the greatest.
And that's the problem sometimes when I'm out here to my own wows and just trying to do some of this shit on my own. That absolutely should have been on the list. Damn, that would have
on my
the top
list
10, because I would have voted for that. Yeah,
we ain't found shit.
Hey, do you know I saw Instagram or something recently?
That
dude who said that, he said people still recognize him and want him to say that.
Yeah.
40-some years later, they're like, yeah, say it. He said, I don't want to say shit because I ain't found shit. Like,
oh man, I
can see that. You know what I'm saying?
Are y'all excited about the remake?
Nasty. Ugh.
Well, not the remake, but the sequel.
The sequel, yeah.
I think it comes out next year, right? I think it comes out next year.
I think so. I love the fact that Rick Moranis came out of retirement. Mel Brooks is still alive, right?
Yeah, he's like 98 years old.
Yeah,
though,
I think he's got a part in it. I think he's
yogurt.
I think he wrote it, but I don't know if he's still directing it though. I don't know if he's still.
No, he didn't write it. What's name wrote it?
His son.
What's name gave his Mel Brooks gave his blessing to it, but your dude, do you want to be a snowman? What's his name? Josh Gad. Josh Gad wrote the film.
Really?
Josh Gad wrote the film and took it to Mel Brooks and had him read it and go through it. And Mel Brooks is like, he said, I have been waiting 40 years for this script.
I'm glad it happened. I am glad it happened.
Because didn't Mel Brooks do The History of the World like part 2 or something like that during COVID?
Yeah, but
and it was a flop.
During COVID, I don't know how much involvement he had in that though, because History of the World Part 1, hilarious. But that Part 2, what they did during COVID, I don't know how much involvement he had in that at all.
Well, see, that's why I was a little concerned about the Spaceball sequel, because I mean, even Eddie Murphy says it in his little comedy. Like, in a sense, comedy is in a lot of ways a young man's kind of game.
It is. Well, movie making is a young man's kind of game.
Yeah. And just because you was funny back then don't mean you're funny now. I mean, we saw what happened to Seinfeld. Seinfeld was considered one of the funniest people in the early to mid 90s for for certain demographics.
For certain demographics, because I never
certain demographics. But and then he tried to come back, and that humor didn't hit the same way.
Nope. He didn't care for it.
It's not the same.
Look, the Art of Being reacts. I didn't know if they made a History of the World Part 2. They did, but they didn't.
Yeah, it was a COVID.
It was a TV, like a limited TV series that had like maybe 8 parts. Yeah. They were like little short vignettes. It was bad. I don't think I watched but 2 or 3 of them, and I was like, I can't do this.
It was worse than bad. It was awful. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a movie, it was a series. It was 8 episodes of the series, and it was on Hulu.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this, here's another movie that I thought was fun. I just think when we talk about like comedic actors, I don't think that he gets enough due, and especially now he's directing and he is killing it. Ben Stiller just is not thought on the level of some of the other to me. And he may be to other people, but I just think when you start thinking about the comedians that really make you gut bust laugh, Ben Stiller's not on this. Dodgeball is funny though.
So hold on, you don't think Ben Stiller is on the list of being a funny comedic writer?
A comedic writer, yes. But I just think when you start thinking about like those comedians, and you got your Eddies, your Chris Tuckers, your Jim Carreys, your Will Ferrells, Adam Sandler, Eva. You go through 20, 30 people before you're like, oh yeah, and Ben Stiller too. Like he just doesn't come up as a comedic writer. Yes, as one of the best movies that he's done. Like, and we just talked about There's Something About Mary, which is
hilarious,
which is funny,
hilarious,
which I think is funny,
hilarious.
I saw this one.
And
Tropic Thunder.
I think the first Zoolander is funny as hell.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. I'm like, what? Like, that drops hints, man.
But I think it's because Ben Stiller, maybe that's like the sign of a good, I don't know, host or whatever. He lets other people come in and outshine him. Damn,
I agree with you on that. He's not the he's never the funniest person.
And he'll let other people come in and out-funny him.
You're right. I agree with that.
There's Something About Mary.
He's hilarious in that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he is good in that, and you know what I'm saying. And there's points in that movie where it's like, damn near the funniest dude in that movie is Matt Dillon. Zoolander.
He was funny.
That's a Ben Stiller movie, but shit, it's really became a Vince Vaughn movie.
It was like,
Tropic Thunder. Really? RDJ is the funniest person in the damn movie. Like,
I don't know. Tom Cruise is pretty funny in that damn movie.
Tom Cruise was hilarious in Tropic Thunder.
He stole
hilarious.
That.
And Danny McBride is kind of funny too.
Yeah. Tropic Thunder is probably in my top 5.
It's in my top 5.
That's how much. Yeah, it's probably in my top 5. I know we'll probably have our own little mini list.
We're gonna talk about the ones that made the top 10.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna because you can see that it's kind of high, so I'm gonna skip over Friday. Tommy Boy, nobody voted for Tommy Boy.
Over Friday.
I'm gonna skip it because we're gonna come back to it.
Okay.
You see the score is kind of high, so we're gonna come back to it.
All right.
Tommy Boy, nobody voted for Tommy Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Be strong, little root. Okay. All right.
Fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of Tommy Boy.
Yo, between Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, dog, them two was like one of the nastiest 1-2 punches, dog. Yeah. I think they were like back-to-back years too, man. He dropped them too.
No, as a matter of fact, another unrated. The movie is stupid as hell, but Chris Farley is Chris Farley. He did this movie with the original Liu Kang with Robin Shaw called Beverly Hills Ninja. That
I
is
love Beverly Hills
dumb
Ninja.
as hell, and I
It's
laughed my
dumb as
ass off
hell.
that dumbass movie because Chris Farley trying to be this. Chris Farley in that movie, he was the original Kung Fu Panda to me.
Oh, good
He's
point.
hilarious.
Actually, you're right. Yeah. I can
You
see
know,
that.
Jack Black came along
That's what I
later
was gonna
and
say.
basically was the same thing, but he was like the live action Kung Fu Panda, and that shit was hilarious.
Yep.
Oh no, that's a hot take.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes that
funny
ass
they
and
made
titties can
that
be
movie.
wrong. That's a hot take,
They're
bro.
sagging right
That's
now.
yeah, that's I don't know about that one, man. You might be
You know
standing
what I'm
alone
shocked
on
at
that one.
too? What
Silicone.
movies ain't on the list?
What's
What?
that?
Any of the Medea movies.
But that's genre. That's genre. I think that falls in the genre because there's a certain
Yeah, you wilding right now.
audience for Tyler Perry movies.
Yeah, but all his movies are
and
comedy. They're so
and
fully
they love 'em.
executed, they all comedy.
Now let's as we go through
Because
we
I
look
know
at
a
this
bunch of
bottom
people
of the
that
list.
think they are absolutely drop dead hilarious.
Oh, the Medea movies?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people that think they are drop dead hilarious. Just
No, but here's the thing though, they are very genre specific, and a lot of people who think that they're that funny, are the type of people who are caught up in, I only watch these type of black movies. So they only watch hood movies, they only watch Tubi, and they only watch Zeus Network and shit. I don't even, they're the ones that still watching
I have
BET.
never seen a Tyler
Like,
Perry movie.
I was like, BET
You've
still on
never
TV?
seen one?
I've never seen a Tyler Perry movie.
Look, I mean, listen.
I have. I've seen some Tyler Perry movies.
They're not as bad as people make them out to be. They're not as bad as people make them out to be. But they're also, Tyler Perry knows his audience.
Here's the thing. My ex-wife,
he gives his audience exactly what they want. So.
My ex-wife used to watch the Tyler Perry plays on DVD.
Yeah.
So I was watching those with her, and I was like, oh, okay, this, it's a play. This is interesting. Hood play, all right, it's predictable, whatever. But then when he started making movies, she's watched those movies, and I watched those, and it was kind of like me, doing horror movies. I got to, why do I keep doing this to myself? I don't like this shit. Shit's terrible.
I have laughed in Tyler Perry movies. I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't. I have laughed.
I will admit, my kids want to watch Tyler Medea's Boo, like the Halloween.
And I've heard
movies.
that one is funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
The second one, not as much, but the first one was funny. So I watched the one that he did not that long ago. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I cannot get any of that time back. Was it Destination Wedding? I should kick my own ass for that shit. I was like, God damn it, I knew better. Of all the things I could have done with this hour and a half, except sit here and be mad as hell.
Donnie Ellick. Donnie coming out of left field. This man said old slapstick movies from black and white era.
Jerry Lewis, Abbott and Costello. Yeah. I love Jerry Lewis movies.
I can't lie. I used to watch the old black and white Three Stooges.
I love them. Love them.
They were funny, but when I was a kid, but I was like 7 years old, man. What did I know about funny?
Abbott and Costello.
I think I've seen some of those movies, but you know what I can't get out of my head? The one picture I can't get out of my head, and I cannot revisit any of those movies. Whatever that movie was that Jerry Lewis did, I remember watching. I was watching a movie and another movie. You know what I'm going to say? Yes,
I know. Yeah,
I was watching
Breakfast
Dragon.
at Tiffany's.
I was watching Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. And when he was on that first date with his wife, Linda, and they were watching a Jerry Lewis movie, and Jerry Lewis was on screen doing the Asian blackface kind of thing, made the stereotypical Asian thing, and no, you're not. And it made Bruce Lee so uncomfortable that he's like, everybody's, and it's just something about that I found that offensive too. And I was like, damn, that's like blackface.
It wasn't like it. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not Asian, but I felt the same kind of way. I was like, damn, that is.
Mel
And I
Brooks
understand,
played
back
Asian
in the day,
characters
that's how
too.
they did movies. Like they had
Yeah.
Native Americans, like, you know what I'm saying? Shit. John Wayne played Native Americans and he played Genghis Khan. Like
He
that
played
is
Genghis Khan.
the worst shit I've ever heard in my life.
Did you know that movie has killed more Hollywood people than any other movie? The Genghis Khan movie. There's an interesting
You
story
mean like
behind it,
people
right?
died on set, died?
Yeah, that as a result, death as a result of the movie as being a part of that movie. So the Genghis Khan movie is really hard to find. One, and in case you didn't know, John
I've
Wayne
never seen it in a while.
played Genghis Khan. But it was kind of cursed, and what had happened was, in order for them to kind of like save money in order to film it, they shot part of the movie in Arizona in order to replicate the steppes of Mongolia.
Genghis Khan in the
Yeah,
Mongolian
and
desert.
come to find out, where they were working at was a nuclear test site, where was
Yeah.
downwind from a nuclear test site. And of course, you got to keep in mind, back in the day, they didn't know what they know now. So they were rolling around doing the fight scenes and all this stuff, rolling around in that radioactive sand.
Yeah.
Then not only did they do it there, they actually
did
took
reshoots,
the sand back. They did reshoots. They brought truckloads of the sand back to the sound stages so they could recreate for the pickup shots, and people were rolling around in that sand again. And as a result of it, like, I want to say it was an insane number of the cast members, including John Wayne, end up dying from cancer as a result of that shoot. Like they were just irradiating themselves the entire time.
That's when racism strikes back.
Yeah, exactly. When karma comes back.
See, if they had just been like Indiana Jones and jumped in the refrigerator, it'd have been all good.
It'd have been all good.
Yeah.
Which
talking about these comedies that we love. This was great. And you're right. There were a lot of movies that I left off the list, unintended. A lot of other people in the chat, brought up a lot of great movies too, and
tons of movies.
So in about 2 weeks, when we revisit this, we are going to go back into the same bag, but a different genre. And I talked to Centel about it. So we're going to kind of remix this a little bit, and the list will go up sometime soon. We're going to talk specifically about rom-coms, romantic comedies. So some of those that we left off of here will be on there, because we're going to talk specifically about rom-coms. So, and I know, as there's 3 men up here talking about rom-coms. Rom-coms are for guys too, but this is also an opportunity for you to involve the ladies. Get your wife, get your girlfriend, get your significant other, your sister, your mother, your cousins, your daughters. Get them to vote in the poll. Give me suggestions of movies in here to put. I'm definitely going to reach out to these guys and the MC and some other people we know to make sure that we got some good suggestions. But so 2 weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to jump into rom-coms. So any last words, Chuck?
No. Come to us. Right now we're on hiatus, probably for the remainder of this month for sure. But the Geekish Network, come and support us for the Geekish Network. And you can find us in youtube.com/the Geekish Network, where we talk about geek news Monday, Wednesday, Friday, binge worthy on Wednesday, and we have Pod Squadron, which was our strictly Star Wars podcast, but now it's our sci-fi podcast.
Outstanding. Okay. Any final words, Centel?
Krimson Kommentary. Other ones for our Patreons. Me and Leo, we just started Peaky Blinders. We just started, so it's not up on Patreon just yet. We're gonna stack a little bit more before we release it to Patreon, and then we're gonna wait a little bit longer before we release it to actual YouTube. So we love our gangster films. So that's it. I think it's only really big news. Me and Rakai got a bunch of stuff lined up, so definitely stay locked into the channel.
I did not know that y'all were doing Peaky Blinders. I'm gonna have to watch those, because I've avoided watching it, but
Oh, I thought you said you had seen that. Okay. Okay.
I've never seen Peaky Blinders. No.
Huh. Okay.
Mhm.
That's good to know. All right. I appreciate that.
So thank you, Centel. Like you said, we have a lot of stuff lined up to watch. Reactions over on his channel. I have started. I've got a reaction or two that I did by myself
wait.
up on. It's in my Patreon right now. It's not in YouTube. It's in my Patreon. So and I'm branching out, do a few more of those, and we'll see. Maybe I'll get them on YouTube at some point, but they're in my Patreon right now.
Oh, there's a we've got
Yeah,
apparently we got sound effects in the actual StreamYard. I was just
Nice.
And so yeah, some more stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get more active in what's going up on YouTube, but I'm trying to focus on getting these reactions out on Patreon. So if you're not on Patreon, you definitely need to get in there. We are on hiatus over on the Geekish Network for the rest of the month, but we will be coming back. We may do a show or two on Bingeworthy before the year's out in the month of December. But we're definitely, if nothing else, we're going to do our end of the year review. So we're going to talk about what we did watch this year and what we're looking forward to in next year. So that's definitely going to be a high mark. You also absolutely need to check out Geek Beast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and check out Pod Squadron when it comes out, because there's a lot of great sci-fi out, not just Star Wars. I know that Star Trek is about to pop out with a new Starfleet Academy that'll be coming soon. There's a lot of great sci-fi out. So make sure you check us out on the Geekish Network on YouTube and Twitch as well, and wherever else. Thank you to everybody who was in the chat. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for being active. We couldn't do this without you, and we will see you in 2 weeks.